WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Patients of a Columbus doctor are pushing back against Baptist Golden Triangle's decision to revoke his labor and delivery privileges at the hospital.
That's right. A group gathered outside the hospital today after Dr. James Holzhauer informed them of the hospital's decision. He did this through a letter. The women say they're upset over the decision and they want their doctor to know they're behind him.
We're here today to show our support to Dr. James Leonard Holzhauer, whose delivering privileges were removed from the Baptist Hospital. We feel that it was an unfair justice to him as well as the rest of his patients, and we want our voices to be heard. He's number one in our eyes. He's done a lot for us. I'm alive today because of him, and I'm here to show my support back to him.
Now, Baptist Golden Triangle did release a statement today that reads, in part, we understand the concerns of Dr. Holzhauer's patients, and we have talked to some of them about their labor and delivery options.
The mayoral election challenge in Macon has been dropped. This means longtime Mayor Bob Boykin will keep his seat without going to court. James Harlan had questioned how absentee ballots were handled, along with other accusations. He filed the petition after the Democratic primary runoff election back in May of last year. Boykin was first elected in 2005.
New at 6, a man with a more than $10 million bond is facing new charges after reportedly attacking an Oktibbeha County jailer. John Arnold Jr. is now charged with 1 count of attempted escape and 1 count of simple assault on a detention officer. Investigator Brett Watson says Arnold attacked the jailer in the exercise yard this afternoon and then went into a secure hallway. Watson says there was no threat of Arnold escaping, but that was his intent. The jailer has minor injuries. Arnold is now in custody by himself. Starkville police charge Arnold with 2 counts of attempted kidnapping. He's also facing 2 counts of contempt of court. This after he was accused of removing his ankle monitor to evade law enforcement.
Lowndes County deputies, along with federal and state and law enforcement, continue to investigate a social media threat to New Hope School. Investigators continued interviewing potential persons of interest today. Law enforcement sent a subpoena to Facebook to get information from the site. The single threat started circulating on social media this past Sunday. A number of juveniles have been interviewed about the post, but no arrests have been made. Security remained tight at each Lowndes County school today.
It's been a busy week for Monroe County deputies after making a second set of meth arrests in as many days. Sheriff Cecil Cantrell says 44-year-old Robert Christopher Ellis of Nettleton was arrested Monday night and charged with 1 count of possession of a controlled substance. 47-year-old Jason Ford Hurley of Amory was also arrested last night and charged with possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell. Ellis was caught with ice. Hurley allegedly had ice, several $1,000s, and some guns. This is the second time in 6 weeks Hurley has been arrested. Both of those men remain in jail tonight. Well, law enforcement and prosecutors both say meth appears to be on the rise again.
Sheriff Cantrell says there's no answer for when it's going to end, but he thinks it will take a lot to crack down on the spike. Our Jory Talley joins us live with more. Jory?
District Attorney Scott Cologne says he's surprised at the increase he's seen in meth cases alone. But it's not just a problem in Lowndes and Monroe County. It's a problem everywhere around the nation that's growing more and more every day. The amount of ice in these baggies is different, but their value is about the same. Monroe County Sheriff Cecil Cantrell says a drug dealer told him he was spending anywhere from $400 to $800 for a gram. He's been caught with over 100 grams of ice within 6 weeks.
That man that's in the drug business that we busted last night, when he answers his door with a shotgun, he's got that kind of drugs and that much money. He's a pretty big player.
But he's not the biggest player in the drug chain. District Attorney Scott Cologne says the big players are out of Mexico and South America. Then organizers and traffickers are finding affiliates here in the States to sell and buy the drug, and it just trickles down from there.
It's difficult to get the people in other countries, and only the federal authorities can do that. But here locally, you got to try to focus on the people that are organizing it and try to get get as much information as you can to try to prevent the spread of it.
He says trying to stop the flow is a numbers game, and right now the numbers favor the bad guys.
I think they've have so much volume now. They've decreased the price of it, and it's made it more accessible to people. And it's a terrible thing because it's a very dangerous drug, and it's very difficult to beat the addiction from it.
Sheriff Cantrell says the decrease in price and number of meth labs are other reasons behind the pipeline strength.
Most people are buying drugs that are already made because they can get it out of Mexico and Atlanta, Georgia, and different places a lot easier than they can do it and take the risk of getting caught with a meth lab.
Cantrell believes there should be harsher punishments for people arrested for meth and more jails to help curb the problem. Reporting live here in Lowndes County, Jory Tadley, WCBI News.
An area-wide manhunt continues for 4 people accused of snatching money right from under the nose of cashiers at Walmart stores in North Mississippi. Yesterday, Tupelo police released information on the suspects. Turns out other agencies are also looking for them. The MO in all of the cases is the same. Walk in, distract the clerks, snatch the money, and go. The known robberies occurred February 16th in Tupelo, Boonville, and Corinth. In Boonville, the supercenter swindlers got away with over $6,000. 2 white females and 2 white males are wanted for the crimes. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers of Northeast Mississippi, the number on your screen. Time now to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. He joins us with a first look at your forecast.
Rain is marching on in just as expected. It's been a pretty nice day overall. There are the showers lining up near Batesville, right along and west of I-55. Excuse me, these showers will continue to advance from west to east as we go throughout the evening and overnight hours. There's some locally heavy rain in this as well, even a few embedded storms. So that is what we have to look forward to later on this evening. More rain, right? Temperatures are currently in the 60s. We'll be cooling down a few more degrees into the upper 50s tonight. That's it. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Well, after last week's rains and flooding, Yalobusha County is now coming from under the water for air.
Yeah, but with more rain coming, they might be going back under, and county leaders are preparing. Our Parker King talks with one supervisor and a resident close to the damage. He joins us live in the studio with more. Parker.
Some rural roads have already seen severe damage from erosion, but with an idea about what this potential rain can do, the county will be ready.
It's been some time since we've seen the rainfall that we've experienced in the last week.
But it isn't over for Yalobusha County. More rain is on the way, as much as 4 inches. For some areas in the low-lying county, attempts to prevent flooding is next to impossible. But county leaders are doing their best to prepare.
Well, we're working with the NRCS and we're working with our local county engineer and all those channels with our emergency management team. We're just trying to clean the waterways out to where the water can flow as best as possible.
One road in particular was captured on video by Yalobusha deputies, showing the gravity of the floodwaters.
While County Road 114 was one of the only roads put on social media, we've been told more roads like this are throughout the county.
We've had a lot of similar very rural roads, dirt roads, that we've had issues where water jumped over the culverts and these low-lying bottoms, and we're just trying to prepare for those.
One resident who lives only feet from the road collapse is Ann Townsend.
It sounded like a big crash, like, I don't know, like something was big falling.
Townsend has lived on 114 since 2002, and in that time has never seen anything like this.
When I came out to look, I realized all the bushes and trees and stuff was going out in the water.
Some roads may be a lost cause in the days to come. So to ensure safety, supervisors are simply blocking them off.
We're barricading roads that look like they're going to have some flooding. It may seem like the road's only a few feet deep or a few inches deep, but if it's a washout, your car could fall out, and we want to protect that.
For Townsend, if another flood is to hit, she won't be there to see it.
If it get bad again, I'm have to leave this time because it's right at my house now.
Some areas are even sandbagging certain urban areas like in Water Valley. But EMA Director Frank Hyde told me over the phone that hopefully this next rain passes without too much damage. Guys.
Certainly keep an eye on it. Some area students learn how to shape their future by listening to a story of the past.
We head to Tupelo for a special presentation when we come back.
Welcome back, everyone. The small town of Duck Hill makes a big economic development move. The town is one of only 6 southeastern towns to receive a grant from the Southeastern Sustainability Directors Network. The money will go towards future projects, and it gives stability to vulnerable communities. Duck Hill is the smallest town to ever partner with the SEEDS initiative. It provides town leaders with a model to follow and ensure stability.
Hoping that we can be a model for other small towns, other municipalities, and smaller communities, because it's not something that happens every day for a town our size. So working on coming up with a comprehensive plan for the town of Duck Hill, so that we're looking at the future as to how we move forward and some of the things that we'll be able to do. So again, just a great opportunity for the town.
And there will be a grant presentation ceremony at the Duck Hill Community Gym at 6:30 this evening.
Work hard and follow your dreams. That's the message today at Tupelo High School's annual Black History Celebration. Keynote speaker Juanita Floyd shared her experiences of going to public school in Union County during integration in the late 60s. She told her story in the book, The Summer of '69. Floyd said her mother told her to love everyone, even those who treated her harshly.
It doesn't matter your color, your race, your creed. It doesn't matter your socio-economic status, whether you're rich or poor. I fell into all of those categories. I was black, I'm a woman, I was poor growing up. I grew up in a single-parent household because my father died when I was young. So what I hope that they understood was that you can make it. There are no excuses not to make it.
Is Vice President of Finance and Administration for the Tupelo-based Create Foundation.
Clouds coming on in, a live look at Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon, Alabama. No rain yet for you, but likely some rain later on this evening and tonight. We're going to only be in the 50s tonight. This morning we were actually in the upper 30s, so much warmer, but that rain chance is back. Full forecast stands.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Cows soaking up a little bit of sunshine this morning. I stumbled upon these guys, and look at this little ham trying to come on into the scene right here, checking out what's going on today. That's right. We're just taking a little video out there earlier today. Great weather this morning, tons of sunshine. Hopefully you enjoyed it. The rain is back. It's already coming on into parts of the region. Flood watch continues for the northern half of our coverage area. Not as wet farther south, but still the chance for some rain. At this point, we envision anywhere between about an inch to maybe 4 or 5 inches of rain across our coverage area between right now and the end of Thursday. The heavier amounts likely along and north of US 278 across the northern half, but that is yet to be determined. Let's just be prepared for more rain. You can see this big rain shield that has blossomed to our west today. It is moving our way. Some very heavy rain in Arkansas that is coming into North Mississippi and West Tennessee, and some additional showers back down to the southwest. So this will move through this evening and tonight, and then we'll have another wave of activity tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. We're in the 60s. The dew point is up, so we will stop in the upper 50s tonight, much warmer tonight. And here's our planner for tomorrow, around 60 at 8, scattered showers around in the morning. Probably not a lot of heavy rain in the morning hours. We will likely see some additional showers and storms that could be heavier in the afternoon and the evening hours. But it will be a little bit cooler across the northern half of the coverage area, upper 60s near the Tennessee state line, south of 82, south of Columbus and Starkville, perhaps mid to upper 70s. That is our Wednesday. So temperatures all over the place here with this frontal boundary in place. Let's show you futurecast. The rain coming on in right now, doing a pretty good job. A lot of the heavier rain should be done by the morning commute, lingering showers. And then as we get into the afternoon and the evening, there's probably going to be some sort of a band of heavy rain with storms set up somewhere across North Mississippi. That will continue into tomorrow evening and then tomorrow night. Lingering showers for a good chunk of the day Thursday with extensive cloud cover. And we'll clear all of that out just in time for Friday and the weekend. Perfect timing there, Mother Nature. All right, the overall severe weather threat for tornadoes is low. Same story with hail. Maybe some gusty wind tomorrow evening and tomorrow afternoon with some of the stronger storms. But the big threat, though, as I mentioned, will be the flooding. Here's the severe weather threat. The better bullseye just back to our west tomorrow afternoon and evening. We'll keep you updated on that. All right, here's our 7-day forecast. You can see the rain chances going away Thursday evening. Sunshine for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Highs in the 60s this weekend, lows in the 30s. Here's your forecast. Sports is next after the break.
WCBI Sports with Robbie Donahoe is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
About halfway through the first half at the Humphrey Coliseum in Starkville, Mississippi State looking strong so far. 20-13 lead over 16th ranked Tennessee, turning a lot of turnovers and defensive rebounds into run-out opportunities and easy buckets. MSU's looking really good to start. Again, we'll have highlights and posts from this game coming up tonight at 10. MSU needs this win for their tournament resume and to keep their hopes of the NCAA tournament alive. We'll recap it all coming up tonight at 10. Well, speaking of Mississippi State basketball, Hail State Hoops begins their postseason journey on Friday in Nashville at the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament. The Bulldogs will be the #1 seed in the tournament. They will also have the #1 SEC coach on the sideline. Vic Schaefer was named AP SEC Coach of the Year, and he was quick to deflect the praise that comes from that honor.
I'm smart enough to know that that's the result of great players and a great coaching staff. I'm really blessed here at Mississippi State to have both. And not only that, but a support from administration that allows us to do things the right way, compete at the highest level, and provide, every opportunity for our student athletes as well as our coaches to get them ready to be successful.
The other All-SEC awards for SEC Women's Hoops today from the AP. Your Player of the Year was Asia Wilson. That's not really too much of a surprise. She had another great season for the Gamecocks. Coach of the Year, Vic Schaefer. It was co-Defensive Player of the Year between Asia Wilson and Tierra McCowan. Your Scholar Athlete of the Year was Blair Schaefer. Schaefer and McCowan were also on the All-SEC defensive team. Your All-SEC first and second teams, Victoria Vivians and Tierra McCowan, were both unanimous first-team selections. Morgan William made the second team. The lone member from Matt Insel's team, Promise Taylor, she was on the all-freshman team for the Rebels. Now switching gears to college football, Ole Miss back on the gridiron today as they are getting set to kick off the spring football season, as the Rebels obviously still have that cloud looming over them with the NCAA appeal in the hopes of potentially getting that postseason ban reduced and they can play in the postseason for a bowl game this year. But for the spring this season, it's all about continuing to build off of what they did last year going into this year for the new head coach, Matt Luke.
Our culture really improved from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, so we just want to keep building on that, building on the positive momentum of the Egg Bowl and just keep building on that culture. But really excited. In the spring, you want to think about players, not plays. We really want to focus on these young guys getting better. There's such a fine line between winning and losing football games in the Southeastern Conference. And the culture of your team and the discipline and the environment that you create and the mentality of your team when you're playing close football games, to me, that's the secret sauce. That's the secret ingredient, the mental toughness, the little things it takes to win games. And I just think that's important.
Other news of note from that press conference, one of which Armani Linton, former Walnut Wildcat, came to Ole Miss as a safety. They're now moving him to running back, so they'll get a chance to see how he does with the ball in his hands. Scotty Phillips, the #1 JUCO running back from Jones County Junior College, he's going to be limited, but more than likely he's going to be that guy to start. Coach Luke has mentioned he has concerns on the offensive line with injuries, but they should be all full go for the fall. But just keep an eye on the injury situation. A couple guys going through some difficulties off the field.
All right. Thanks, Robbie. We'll be right back.
I know we're all excited for some more rain and storms, right?
No, we're
just
excited
can't get
about
enough.
Friday and Saturday, actually.
We are. Some locally heavy rain. Can't discount the flooding threat for the next few days here, even a few stronger storms too. But this weekend is looking phenomenal, sunny, and we will dry things out.
Sunny and 60 is my perfect forecast.
Comfortable,
There you
chilly
go.
at night, but mild during the day.
Yeah.
Definitely need that sun. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a good night.